At this point, I probably should have just ran a script for this, but I'm just gonna go for it anyway. So, I just wanted to kind of talk about this subject, I guess. Well, I've had a lot of mutual friends and friends in general just kind of like tell me, "Hey, you should draw again. You should draw more, blah blah blah. You're really good." Blah 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 blah, all that stuff. They're trying to get me back into a hobby that I used to be into back in the day when I was a lot younger. Thing is, I just don't enjoy drawing anymore, and I don't enjoy like putting creativity on paper and just working out cool drawing ideas. I still love art. I still love, like sharing people's art on Twitter. I like my Twitter is just full of retweets. All I do is retweet art every single day. I'll hop on for a few minutes at work. When I'm at my desk playing games or watching videos, I'll have TweetDeck to the side and I'm just scrolling and retweeting. And I've had people complain to me saying, "Wow, you retweet way too much. You need to stop. I'm tired of seeing anime titty on my timeline." And I'm like, uh, okay, too bad, so sad. That's my Twitter. I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm sorry, but not sorry. If you don't like it, don't follow. It's just that's what I do. I just share art now. I don't enjoy drawing it myself. Um, and I kind of wanted to talk about that because I don't really think I ever talked about my art, my past, I guess, quote unquote hobby career. I don't know what to call it. My past experiences, I guess, with being in the art community in some way and drawing a lot back then. It got to the point where I just stopped, and I wanted to talk about that. So like I said, I really should have written a script for this, but I'm just going off the top of my head and just going by what I remember. But I started my own DeviantArt way back in like my freshman year of high school. So it was like 2000, late 2007, 2008 and onward, somewhere around there. I don't remember, but it was somewhere around the beginning of high school for me. And I made a DeviantArt and I started posting Sonic art because I used to be really huge into Sonic back then. I used to draw exclusively Sonic, and that was all I ever did. And then soon after I joined DeviantArt, I found groups, I found like chats and stuff that had a lot of other artists that were also big fans of Sonic and drew art of Sonic. And I think not long after I started, I became friends with someone who's popular in the Sonic community at the time. I'm trying to remember how it went, but I remember helping her advertise her comics. She had like Smack Jeeves account, and she had her own original character with some dude from the. It was like that general guy, the military gun general guy from Shadow the Hedgehog, and her original character, and I helped like advertise that, and I guess we were friends. I don't know. It didn't last long because back then I was really socially awkward, and I said something I probably shouldn't have because I'm pretty sure it was something along the lines of me mentioning her popularity and how I was literally a nobody. And I think she got offended by that, and we were just no longer friends. And I regret that so much. Um, I don't think she does Sonic art anymore. I haven't really kept up with her. I know she kind of branched off and did other things, but she still draws as far as I know. Most of my early time in my art hobby career, I don't know what to call it. Most of that time was just like just drawing Sonic art, and I made my own original characters. And one of them, not it wasn't a drawing of mine, but one of them got featured in a Smosh video years ago. I can probably pull it up if I remember to in post, but it was a video where Smosh was like making fun of like the Sonic fan base, and then they brought up the fan a fandom, and one of my characters that was drawn by a friend at the time was featured in there. So I'm not sure if I should be proud of that or embarrassed by it, but it was in there, and yeah. So if you guys are familiar with the Sonic fan base, you know how toxic it can be, and how cringy people can be, and how really weird people can be, for sure. I'm sure that's how it is with literally any other fan community, but Sonic is well known for being probably one of the worst fandoms, and I knew Sonic fandom, especially on DeviantArt, was really bad, even being part of it back then. But you know, I don't think I helped either because I was also a cringy, um, awkward, antisocial, kid back then, and even grown up, even after I turned 18, into my early 20s, and that's where things started to kind of like change for me, I guess. It was around that time. It was like my early 20s. It was not long after high school. I started like enjoying art less and less and less. And then it got to the point um, I just stopped. And I just didn't want to draw anymore. I still did draw a few things here and there, but it was just like nothing too serious. It was just a doodle and then lazily thick black outlined and colored. And it's like, okay, yeah, there it is. It's done. Post and okay, forget about it. And most of the drawings I've done, I haven't even posted, and all the art that I've done in the past decade, I guess, of me posting it, or yeah, decade plus. I don't know. It's been so long. It's lost to time. I can't find it anymore. I lost my old hard drive because it died, and my old DeviantArt is gone. I deleted it like 5 years ago, I think. I can't remember, but it's been a long time, and I just don't have a whole lot of art to really show of how I used to draw, and kind of glad, honestly. I really don't want to look back at the hobby that I used to love. One of the main reasons that I got out of art was somewhere at the end of 2013, I believe it was. I can't remember exactly, but it was around the end of 2013. Um, and I happened to be a popular subject on a certain Tumblr blog that was if I can remember clearly because I still have the email saved. Um, I raping Sonic fan characters, something like that, and I was a popular subject, one of the few popular subjects on that blog, and that was one of the main key reasons why I started to fall out of art. So basically, this Tumblr blog was basically just taking people's fan characters and their art and mocking it. That's really was. That's all it was. And then they would quote unquote criticize it, but it was literally shit talking. It's like, wow, look at this shitty character. Look how bad their art is. Let's mock them all over the blog. And they enabled submissions too. Um, and they allowed people to just submit other people's characters and artwork, and they'd be like, wow, look how shitty they draw this. Look how weird this character design is. Damn. Damn, son, did you draw this? It was really toxic. And then there was a lot of people, especially some popular people, and one of which I actually called out on Twitter not too long ago. And they're fucking straight up lying about it, but I'm not going to give any names about who was involved with that. But yeah, they were like, oh, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal, blah, blah, blah. But like people were genuinely being hurt by this emotionally, and their reputation, I guess. I don't know what to call it. I guess like they were losing followers. People were being toxic on their own DeviantArt pages. They were getting toxic comments, It was really, really bad. It was blowing up basically within the Sonic community, and um, it got to the point where I became a popular subject because I thought, as a joke, I would just submit my own character. Um, I submitted like somebody else's dude because he was actually toxic to me, so I was like, all right, fuck this guy. I'm gonna submit his character, and like given the subject of the blog, I was not too wrong to post it because it was literally like a reskinned Sonic character, and I was like, okay, well, this guy's toxic to me, and his character is pretty bad. You know what? Fuck him. I'm gonna post this character, and then I posted my own character, and then I posted like another character of mine, whom of which you may know as my main mascot, which is all over my Twitter and my profile pictures, my YouTube banner, my Twitch, everywhere that I use her, Cyber. She used to be a Sonic character, and I eventually just turned her into a cat girl because I wanted to get more into the anime side of things. I really liked cat girls, and it seemed like they fit. And I commissioned one of my friends at the time to basically turn her into a cat girl. She made a whole reference, and I still have the reference to this day. And I still love it. I still love the design, and I still love when people draw her. It's very wonderful. I am so glad I made her into a more human character instead of keeping her as a Sonic character. Otherwise, I don't think I would have anything. But it got to the point where the blog was basically just like, because I posted the submissions, like my character and the other dude's character, uh, not anonymously, because I thought, well, I'm not afraid to hide. If I'm gonna call out this dude, I want to make it public. I was being kind of a smart ass. I was being like, haha, look at my big balls. Look at me posting your character, calling you out. And that turned on me. And the owner was shit talking me. And he was like, when he posted the submission, he was like, oh, I think this character's fine. This character looks great. Such an original design. And it was like, that's literally a fucking recolored character. If you're gonna be critiquing, you might as well just like actually be critiquing. And you weren't. And oh god, it was so stressful. It was like that. It was such a turnaround. I think this was like a whole toxic group of people, just like of like this is just like a theory that I had at the time, but and I still think it was just a bunch of popular artists that wanted to boast their own ego, and there was a lot of popular artists in the Sonic community at the time who had their characters submitted. Not everyone's, but like a certain select few, and they were like, "Wow, that character's great." It's like, okay, can you make this any more obvious that you guys are in it, in on everything? But I I was made a favorite, and they bullied me. They talked shit. More people started submitting my drawings and art of like commissions that I made of one of my characters, and they basically just like threw everybody, like friends, other people at commissions, like they threw all of their work of my characters onto the blog, and I think I had several pages of just nothing of my character and my art and other people's art just being made fun of. And it got to the point where they were just not posting Sonic art because it was supposed to be specifically Sonic art. And it got to the point where they were throwing Cyber in there, my OC, my cat girl. That is not like the non-Sonic designed version of her. They were like, wow. And I think this was like a not safe for work commission piece that my friend did. Someone threw that piece in there. It's like, wow, look at this horny ass weeb. Yeah, it was like, look at this dude. I can't remember the post, but like they just threw that in there, and they were making fun of me for commissioning my friend to draw my now OC, my original character, my original cat girl in a lewd, not safe at work commission post. You're drawing, it was like, okay, that's crossing the line, and you're breaking the purpose of the blog. Where it got to the point that my friend saw that, she got involved, she made a huge post calling them out, and within maybe like a couple weeks, I can't remember, they were like, shit, well, we got called out, And then everybody started to realize how shitty they were being, and they closed down the blog. Only for another blog to show up not too long after, but that just didn't go anywhere. But it was this one specifically that got so bad that I was bullied for a long time, and it got to the point where I really hated myself. I hated all my artwork. I hated everything that I made. And I actually thought of committing suicide. I know that's like a sudden dark turn because I didn't really build that up at all, and I know this is completely unscripted, but yeah, that shit really got to me, and I remember it got to the point like I remember I was still upset. I was still dealing with it. I was really depressed, and I was doing a live stream through Join Me. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's like it was what we used to use back then before Twitch blew up, before streaming blew up in general. Really, it was a screen sharing thing, and that's what artists used to do back then. And someone joined in the stream with my friends, and they had the nickname Sonic Chew. You can see where this is going. They were basically mocking me, and I think this was the owner of that fucking blog, and they were just like trying to call me out, saying that I was being toxic, that I deserved it, and then I was just like, man, I was so upset at the time. I can't even remember what I did except for like a few things. Like I made posts that made myself worse. Like I said shit that I shouldn't have said, and it was just in the heat of the moment. I couldn't take all the toxicity. I was really hurt and upset. My friends at the time, people who I respected, some of the popular artists in the community that I respected, looked down at me because they believed that I was, deserving of all of this. Like I even looked on Twitter, not long after. God, I can't remember the time frame. I'm sorry, but it's like I looked at Twitter one time, around when that was still like being talked about, that whole Tumblr blog, and I saw a bunch of people saying that I was the one anonymously posting other people's characters and artwork and talking shit about them. And that wasn't the case. That was never the case. And people like I've had people, like a little bit afterwards of that still believe that, you know. And I think people in the Sonic community now, like if they ever looked back at that and remembered what happened, they would still think, "Oh yeah, weren't you the guy that, posted all that shit?" And I'm like, "No. That never happened." I still remember that because of what I just said. Um, it pushed me to the point where this was the first time I felt so depressed that I actually considered killing myself because I lost a lot of friends. I lost the respect of a community that I was part of for so many years. And I lost the joy in the hobby, like right then and there. It took a couple years for me to really realize that I just don't enjoy this anymore, but it was that point where it's like, I should just give up. And that was the thing, like, that's what people were saying. That's what a lot of people in the community were saying. They were just like, this kid should just give up. His characters suck. His art sucks. He should just kill himself. He should just give up drawing. All this horrible, horrible shit. And I'm just like, I can't take this shit anymore. And, I got to the point where I actually went to the bathroom. Like, I was actually, like, ready to burst out crying. Because, I've always been one to hold back my tears. But it's like, if I got tears running down my face, I'm losing it, you know? And it got to the point where I was in that moment, teary-eyed and everything, and I ran to the bathroom, saw a bunch of pills, and just had them right there in my hand, and I'm like, heavy breathing, and it was all a blur. You know, I don't know how fast or how long I was there for. Like, I don't know how fast I got there. I don't know how long it lasted. I just remember going there, standing there, and then I quickly changed my mind once I hear my dad come into the door downstairs. The moment, like, that moment, it's like, oh shit, what am I doing? And I put it back, and I just went back to my room and just started playing video games. I was really considering just chugging all of that right there. I don't like self-harm, and I don't ever see myself doing that kind of shit, but ever since then, I occasionally still get those moments where I'm like, I want to die. And it's not even because of that anymore. Ever since I first felt that huge emotional buildup of despair and depression, I've always just here and there just like accept these feelings and truly wish that I wish I was dead. There's still times today, to this day, that I feel that way. I gave up art because I was bullied out of it, and there's no going back and changing that. You know, I tried getting back into art again a couple years ago, like 3 to 4 years ago. I can't remember, but I made a new DeviantArt, and I tried posting some drawings, and I just couldn't enjoy it. You know, some friends try to push me back. It's like, hey, come on, draw again, draw again. You're really good. You know, I would love to see your art again. And I'm just like, I can't. I genuinely can't. You know, like all this time, like I've had this tablet, this drawing tablet next to me on my desk as a second monitor for years. I just have it propped up and just sitting there. It's like just a secondary monitor for me. It's no longer a drawing tablet. I cannot force myself to draw. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many ideas I get, I just cannot draw anymore. I don't enjoy it, and I don't want to get back into it. I'm not really sure how to end this now, but I just wanted to talk about this. It's been on my mind for a long time, and just me talking about it in like a video. Um, I was thinking about it the other day. I think maybe like 2 weeks ago from the time I'm recording this. It's hard for me to really just gather how I feel now, because I know for a fact that there's like the friends that I have now, or the mutual friends that I have now, probably won't even believe me, you know, because they knew me back then. But it's at this point where it's just like, I'm not gonna lie about this shit. There's no way I can, you know. I don't want to lie, and I am not lying. Like, this is the truth, you know. If I had more time to just like write down a script and just like go by detail by detail, you know, find evidence of this and that happening, you know, I just can't be bothered, you know. I don't want to make it any more serious than it needs to. I don't know how many people are going to watch this or care, but I feel like I need to get this out, because I have talked about this kind of thing before in live streams. Like, people have asked me, hey, do you still draw? Why don't you draw anymore? You know, all I basically say is that I got bullied out of drawing, and that's really it, you know. And that's why I still try to like encourage other artists. That's why I commission so many artists. Like, my most recent commission, I spent maybe like $600 on, and it's just for one picture that I can use commercially for free, as much as I want. And you know, it's like I want to encourage artists to draw more, and to like not go through what I did and give up because someone told them to give up. Like, I want people to appreciate what they still have, because what they have is creativity, love for what they do, and you know, and just all this potential to be something more and more of just an artist. What I'm just trying to say is just don't give up. If you're an artist or you have another hobby, a creative hobby of any sort, don't give up. Don't let people bully you out of doing something that you love because they're just mocking your artwork, your characters, your anything, you know? Just like anything about you where people make fun of you for, make, try to like trash talk you, try to make you look bad, whatever it is that you love. Don't let people pull you out of it because they just want to be toxic. Never give up. Don't be like me. Just keep pushing through and just do what you love. Hey guys, so that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm not sure how many people are gonna watch this video, but I wanted to have a little story time, I guess. I don't know. Like, this is just something I wanted to talk about, and it was on my mind recently, and I felt like I should just get around to it now that I have some time to really record. But yeah, like I said, guys, just don't give up and just keep pushing through. Work on your skills, improve yourself. Don't let other people put you down for doing what you love. That said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and all that wonderful YouTube shit. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and have a wonderful day.